Favor?
Aye.
Aye, they pass. All right, where's our star? There she is. By the way, somebody gave me an unsolicited brag on y'all yesterday. I was with a constituent and they were just brought up how great 311 was.
Well, we love to hear that. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Is this good to go, Vicki? I can do this. So I'm here just to give a very brief overview of data for 311 for last year. If you recall, I was up here not too long ago, but that was fiscal year data. So this is just going to be calendar year data, January 2025 to December 2025. So let's start off with my wonderful team. We've got Latoya, Michelle, as most of you know, she retired last month and we miss her already. We have Will, who is coming up on 10 years now. And I also failed to update Taja's title. She was recently promoted to senior representative. And we have Kendall, who started with us last March. We also hired a new team member last month. She actually started the same week that Michelle retired. Her name is Sky, and she's doing very, very well. So let's jump into some data. This is probably one of my favorite slides in the presentation because it shows some growth. In every trackable area of our app data, we have grown. So we've gone up 8% on our active users, 15% user sessions, and 10% increase in app installs, and a 29% increase in direct in-app notices, which are just informational pushes that we do through the app. Looking at our call data, you can see our average range of calls per day, our average call wait time, which is 2 seconds. We're very proud of that. Answer speed, 8 seconds. 98% of our calls from the queue are answered within 30 seconds, so even if they're placed in the queue, they're not there long. And our average call process time is less than 90 seconds, something else we're very, very proud of. Getting into our request data, we have 43 total categories in our software and in our app. 27 of those are public facing. It is still a very high priority for us to make sure that citizens don't have to scroll a lot to get to what they need to get to. So that is still high on our list, but I thought it would be interesting to note here. Looking at our request data on the left-hand side, 58,553 requests were entered by the reps, 725 through the web portal, over 1,100 through the app. We have over 36,000 data calls, which I will dive more into in just a minute. Total requests for last year, 60,454, as well as a range of our average daily calls per rep. So our data calls are any calls that we get that do not result in a service request. So this is if people are calling and they need to be transferred to a city department, or if they need to get a number to the county courthouse, or if they need to be transferred to municipal court, anything that doesn't result in us actually putting in a request for service. So our top 3 transfer type of data calls: city departments. So our folks are working. They're talking to people almost just as much as we are. Our water business office was number 2 with over 6,500, and environmental services with over 4,300. Now, some of the data call subcategories under there are not transfer calls. We have some calls where callers just hang up. Sometimes they realize that they dialed the wrong number, and they'll just hang up instead of letting us know that. The bad connection / hang up category was actually together in our software, but we've since separated those two just so we can have a better idea of what is actually a hang up and what is actually bad connection. Most of those are hang ups, not bad connection. Next is the general city information, people just calling wanting to know general city information. We have a lot of calls for people needing numbers to ALDOT. We even give out, moving on to our non-city call, we even give out numbers for Montgomery. Anything people call and ask us for, if we can assist them and find it for them, we provide that for them. Some of our highlights and attended events from last year: we attended a couple of district town halls, which we always enjoy going to, getting to meet the constituents that you all talk to every day. Tech or Treat we go to every year. We've attended the mayor's ride-arounds, to name a few. Looking at the highlights on the right side, we met our goal to increase our app installs by 10%. And we are also now presenting a 311 overview to new hires at orientation, which is proving very helpful because not only does it give them an idea of what we're here for and how we can help our constituents, but a lot of times they are interested in how 311 applies to their job. So knowing how they can reach out to us and the ways that we work together based on their new role has proven very helpful. We've also incorporated our Happy to Help branding phrase, which we're really excited about, and manual request rerouting, improved team effectiveness with monthly huddles, as well as the other items listed there. Looking at our request overview, these are the top 5 requests that we got last year. These rarely change. We have other garbage, trash, recycling at 7%. That's any type of ESD issue that's not considered missed. Water services was at 6%, animal control 5%, code and missed garbage at 3%. And if you look at that big yellow portion, those are the data calls that I was just telling you about. So that 61% are just calls for information. Not people calling to report a problem, people calling just because they rely on us to provide them with sound information, and we're very proud of that. Some key takeaways, just to take a little bit of a deeper dive into that previous pie chart. We have those same 5 categories listed there, and then the closeout times, or SLAs, for each one. Those times are compiled with the chief operations officer and the department head. So they get together and they decide how long should this request take to be processed. So that shows you how many of those requests are actually adhering to those SLAs. Out of the 60,000 requests, 23,000 were actual requests for service. Out of those 23,000, those top 5 categories at the top made up 64% of those.
Well, go back to that other slide there.
Yes, sir.
At the bottom, it says missed garbage pickup, 54%.
Yes, sir.
Now, does that not mean that they went, what does that mean?
So the 54% is just showing you the percentage of missed garbage pickup calls that were closed out within the set time they were supposed to be closed out. So the SLA for missed garbage is 2 days. So that's showing you that 54% of the missed garbage calls that we entered in, 54% of those were closed out within those 2 days like they were supposed to be.
And the reason why that number can be a little low is because, if, for example, if a Thursday route is missed or a call maybe even comes in on Friday, it might be the following Monday before we can
Yeah.
get to the call,
Yeah.
just based off
Okay.
scheduling and availability.
So this is probably the slide that you're most excited to see. This is a snapshot per district of those top 5 categories. So for District 1, the top category was animal control. District 2, also animal control. For District 3, we have other garbage, trash, recycling, which again is anything that's not missed under ESD. And that was the same for District 4, 5, and 6. District 7, top category was water. I should have made that a little bigger because I can barely see it from over here.
Top was what?
Water for District 7.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
sir. District 5, the top was other garbage, trash, and recycling. So this is our citizen testimonial page, just a few of the loving comments that we get from our citizens. And I wanted to take a moment here to also acknowledge that we get this, this outpouring of love all the time, but we would not be able to perform the way we do, and people would not have the perspective that they have of 311 were it not for our crews and their timely responses and the great work that they do. So I just want to take a moment to make sure that I point that out. It really, truly is a team effort, and we appreciate them and their dedication. So please encourage your constituents to download our mobile app. It is free and easy to use. They will receive a follow-up call from a 311 representative if they want to leave their contact information. That's optional. They don't have to. You can reach us by dialing 311 in the city limits or the full 7-digit number, as well as email us. We're always happy to help. Any questions for me?
It's a great report. I appreciate it. Any
Thank you.
questions?
I have a question. Thanks for all you
Thank
do.
you. Thank you for having
We
me.
really do appreciate you. You make us look good.
Thank
and we know
you.
that.
Thank you. We're happy to do what we do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from the committee?
I make a motion, we adjourn.